You are not always taking trades because the setup is there. Sometimes you are taking trades because you need to feel better. And that hidden habit may be the exact reason you are still losing after all this time. Listen, most traders never realize this. They think every click is logical, every entry is chart-based, every decision is strategy. But if you slow down and become brutally honest, many of your trades are not market decisions. They are emotional decisions wearing market clothes. This hidden habit is costing years because when trading becomes emotional relief, consistency dies. Pay attention. Have you ever done this? You feel bored. Nothing is moving. You start scanning harder. Suddenly, average setups begin to look interesting. Why? Because your brain wants stimulation. So the click is not coming from opportunity, it is coming from boredom. Now another one. You lose a trade. Frustration rises. You feel irritated. You want the bad feeling gone, so you start hunting for another entry. Not because the market clearly invited you, because emotionally you need repair. That is not strategic execution. That is relief clicking. Now another. You've been inactive for too long. You feel like you're missing out. You feel disconnected. You feel like, I need to be in something. So again, the entry is not condition-based, it's control-based. You're clicking to feel involved again. Do you see the pattern? This is not chart logic. This is emotional relief trading. And most traders stay blind to it for years because the chart gives them an excuse. There's always some candle, some line, some weak reason to justify the click. But the true driver is underneath. Mood, discomfort, frustration, neediness. This is why hidden trading habit losses are so hard to fix, because the trader thinks the problem is setups, when the real problem is the emotional purpose behind many trades. Now listen carefully. Trading decisions are supposed to come from predefined conditions, but relief traders click when they feel internal pressure. That means the trigger is not outside, it's inside. And internal emotional pressure is unstable. Some days, boredom triggers action. Some days, fear triggers action. Some days, greed triggers action. Some days, frustration triggers action. Which means execution quality becomes mood-dependent. That guarantees inconsistency. This is exactly why traders stay stuck. Not because they never learned enough, because their emotional state keeps secretly becoming part of the strategy. And emotion is a terrible strategist. Now let's break down what this hidden habit actually causes. First, overtrading, because emotions appear many times a day. Boredom appears, frustration appears, urgency appears, need for control appears. If each emotional discomfort creates a possible click, you will always trade too much. Second, low-quality setups, because when the mind wants relief, it lowers standards. Average starts looking acceptable. Weak starts looking urgent. This is how random entries multiply. Third, patience disappears. Why? Because patient waiting does not satisfy emotional discomfort. Waiting feels empty. Waiting feels slow, so the trader unconsciously escapes waiting through action. That destroys selectivity. Fourth, the trader never builds trust in process, because process requires consistency, but emotional relief clicking constantly interrupts consistency. So results stay chaotic, and chaotic results reinforce emotional instability. Do you see the prison? Emotion creates bad trades. Bad trades create more emotion. More emotion creates more bad trades. This is self-sabotage in a loop. This is why some traders stay in the same place for years. Now here's the hard truth. You may think you're studying strategy, but if relief clicking is alive inside you, you are still emotionally gambling, just in a more sophisticated-looking way. That is painful to hear, but necessary, because invisible habits only change when they are named. Now, let's talk professional correction. Pros do not trade to feel something. Pros trade because conditions are met. Huge difference. A professional can feel bored and still not click, feel frustrated and still not click, feel disconnected and still not click. Why? Because feelings are not execution signals. Conditions are. That's a completely different operating system. Now here's a practical emotional detachment reset. Before every trade, ask, why do I want to click right now? Is this chart opportunity or internal discomfort? Would I still take this trade if I felt emotionally neutral? Am I trying to cure boredom, frustration, fear, or urgency? Did my rules create this trade or did my mood create it? These questions expose relief trading instantly, and once exposed, the urge loses power because awareness interrupts autopilot. Now another powerful law. If you feel a strong urge to trade, that is often the exact moment you should pause, because clean setups usually don't create emotional desperation. Desperation usually comes from inside you. This changes everything. Instead of trusting the urge, you investigate the urge. That one habit alone can save years. Now this is the identity shift. You must stop being a mood-responsive trader and become a condition-responsive trader. Meaning, you don't click because you feel something. You click because something specific happened in your plan. No boredom trades, no frustration trades, no hope trades, no control trades, just planned trades. That's where consistency begins. Now, imagine opening charts, feeling the urge to do something, but recognizing that the urge is emotional, not strategic, and choosing inactivity until a true setup appears. That trader starts changing, because now the account is no longer being drained by invisible mood decisions. This is what most struggling traders never realized. The market was not always keeping them stuck. Their need to feel better through clicking was. And until that hidden habit is broken, the losses keep repeating in different forms. If this exposed the hidden habit quietly keeping you stuck, subscribe for more brutal trading psychology lessons that build self-awareness, discipline, and professional execution control. And remember, not every trade is taken because the chart called you. Some are taken because your emotions did. And those are the trades that steal years.